today what we'll be doing is working on some little EQ work. I built a little project here really quickly. Some preset stuff, some not, and we got some built-in synths as well. But what we're basically doing is how to EQ your lead synth, and I put something together here just for that. So it might not be the best, honestly. It took, I worked on for about 10 minutes or so. So I mean, please forgive, but we're gonna get the lead basically. We're gonna tune it, and we're also gonna use the built-in EQ as well. Just so I can show it off with that as well, so that you don't always need to have, like FabFilter or something, but you can still get results with, your built-in stuff equal, if not, not really more, because, what happens when you have something like this, you can go here, it's basically flexibility to, basically do what you want. You can't do this with, a 5-band EQ, obviously, but if you want to get surgical, you do something like this, but, yeah, we'll just go to B, just easier. But yeah, so that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to be getting this lead. I'll play it a little bit and we'll get into it. So yeah, here we go. And let's add some other stuff to it as well. Let's add the drums. Basically, you can tell everything's loud, it's all out of place. I basically just put it all in and got it together so that we could take it from there. Yeah, let's stop everything basically, get this lead going. Now it's not terrible, it's not the best. So what we're gonna do is on a 35 dB cut. It doesn't really matter the slope that you have. The tighter the better. For what we're gonna be doing here, from what I can tell from just listening to it there. So we'll listen to it as well with the rest of the project, but we're gonna get a basic one here and get a little bit of the stuff cut out. I know you're supposed to do it as you listen to everything else, but for what I want to do for this, since it's mainly just about the lead, and like how you get started with that, and then you take it from there as you add in other instruments and everything. We'll get that going. We might do a few more if we have time. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get this going here. Now you don't want to cut off too much because you'll lose a lot of the fundamentals and everything. So like if you were to go here, let's just go crazy. You see, you obviously lose a lot. And if you go too much, you get some nutty stuff that honestly, since I'm on headphones, sounded absolutely wretched. But yeah, let's get rid of some of the bottom end here. That we don't want. Okay, you can hear it. I want that click. Right about there. It gets me, some groundwork. I don't need any of that since it's all nonsense. So, and since actually for this one we'll go a little bit tighter with it, just because that is really nothing. It's really nothing over there. So we'll just ignore that. Okay. Let's add in another instrument here. Let's add in the backing track. Alright. And now normally what I do is get this one tuned as well. But for the purposes of this, it's irrelevant because this would be like something that you may or may not keep in for your actual main drop or anything. It's something that you would use for your lead up, or at least what I would use it for anyway, because it's just a backing lead. But yeah, we'll add this. Now I think it's a bit too harsh on the top end. Normally what you would do, you could tune it within the synth if you really wanted to. You could take off a little bit of the high end. Since it's a square wave, it's a bit more of a pain. So you go over here to your high, which this is pretty high. It's pretty high level, but you want this to keep its fundamentals. You want to keep it around, you know, you want it to keep its sound, I guess. So what we'll do is we'll tune it this way. It's a little bit easier, a little bit less ridiculous. You can tune it within the envelope and everything as well if you want to be pedantic about it. Not pedantic, if you want to be specific about it. But yeah. Now, that sound there, that's not what I'm really liking, so we'll get it. I mean, I know it's like the meat of the sound, but it's a bit too much for me. Back it off a bit. Right about there. I like that there, the ping. So we're gonna highlight that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I like the little ping sound this gives off. Let's mute this one real quick. See that noise there? If you have headphones on at the least. I don't like it. I like that, but I have too much, so we're gonna back this off. There we go. Something like that. Now, just because I want this to actually sound right, we're going to add in one more instance of Fab Q2. And we're going to tune this one just a little bit, just to at least so it offsets this. What you can also use here is like Neutron 2 or Neutron 1, depending on whichever one you have, and it will do this all in the same window, which is a lot more simple. But you know, this is the old way of doing it. It works too. So let's first get a bass tune on this, and we'll go. A little bit of mud there. Do I want that? Something like that, maybe. All right. And for this one, we want to emphasize the mid-range. Since the other synth is obviously high. So let's calm this down. Let's turn this not to a high shelf. You know, a high shelf would be nice if it would cut off that way. But we'll just go bells, the whole thing. Zoom this out. I like the click of this one, but we don't need a lot of it, obviously. So here, tune this out to just about there. Tune this down a bit. There we go. Something there too. I like that. Well, that could work. And what will we take away now? We'll find that out here. First of all, this synth over here, a bit too loud. Let's just push. Let's go more than we need to, and bring it back up. Something like that for now. That can work. Let's add in the kick to make it have both synths. It's way too loud. Let's add in the full range. Like that temporarily. And that's something I would tune towards like the end of after I've gotten everything put together personally. All right, what are we gonna take away now? take away this section a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. Tighten that up. Solo this real quick. And we'll cut out the drums. And listen to this area. Cut out this right here, because I don't like that at all. Let me gain out. I don't know what that song was there, but yeah, no. This right here is good. 0.5 dB. Tighten up the band a bit. It's a bit more difficult because I'm doing this obviously on headphones, because if I did this via the mic, it would spaz out, or the monitors, they would like spaz out because it'd just be total reverb. I guess I could like mute the mic when I did that, but that's like a tedious process, so I'm not into that. So, all right, we got that going pretty well. So let's add in the pluck here, and we'll stop everything else so we can listen to the pluck as it is. It's pretty aggressive, don't get me wrong. Alright, first things first. High balance 4. Pretty good. Let's move this in. Now, as I can't solo specific ones, at least not that I know of, in the build 10, it's fine. It's like, it works. Tune it that way. I like that airiness. I'm gonna keep that. So tune that out. 5. Tighten up a little bit. All right. Now let's add in the main lead. I would never actually play these two together during the song. It would most likely be this in the pad, but it's one of those things. Actually, I would play this pluck in the backing sound actually. So that's what we'll do. Whenever I would do a track, like this would never meet that. It'd be weird. Like this, it's hard to explain. So. Oops, that's why. I heard it. Right there. Let's take that down a bit. There we go. Tames it a little bit. We'll bring it up a tad. 1.4 maybe. Let's add in the drums. You can bring this up a tad bit more. A little bit of that raspiness back. This part here can come up. Number 2, won't be using it. Now, the pluck's obviously too loud. Actually, no, yeah, no. It's just because I pulled it up a couple of times. All right, so we got that in. So we have these two done, and let's put this all together real quick. the backing synth, but what it adds is the body. So I guess for me that's fine. So what we'll do now, I guess for the end of this real quick, is maybe we'll tune the pads. Let's put it all together here. The pluck I would normally play by itself, but yeah. Let's check this out real quick actually. Maybe. There we go. Recording. It makes it not as fast as it should be. This is just the built-in polysynth actually, with its Trance pluck preset. Slightly tuned, of course. The cutoff's a little bit down. The resonance is a tad bit up. The drive's up a little bit. And I don't have a square on. Let's mess around with this. See what we can get. Turn the pad down a bit. It's a bit loud. And actually, see, the space in this is a bit strange. I think it's I have no idea where that comes from. It's not from distortion at all. Alright, well. Whatever. I don't like that waffliness that's in the background, so we'll just open this up real quick and cut that out. It'll just be faster if I do it this way. That's the reason why I like to use stuff like this. Or I could use since all I'm going to be doing is using one side, let's get rid of that actually. And oops, wrong one. Let's add in, I think that's right, whatever. Bitwig, audio effects. I just want an EQ too. Yeah, no, it's not the right one. Figured it wasn't. All right, let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's get rid of this Q2. That's what's going on. I was like, that doesn't seem right. All right, since all I'm going to be doing is cutting away stuff, it's like, sounds like as though it's in the high end. So maybe this wouldn't be the best choice, but let's give it a shot and see what we can come up with. Or I'll use like a bell and get rid of it. Let's get rid of the low end. Seems like it is right there, but let's test this real quick. It's white noise. There we go. Bring a little bit of it back. Bring the volume down a bit. There we go. Subs, way too loud, obviously. Still seems loud, but I'm on headphones, so it's going to be amplified. So what I then do, if I'm working with headphones, I always assume everything is like 5% louder than it actually is. So like, you're not 2 to 5%, depending on what it is. If it's a bass sound, depending on the headphones you're using, like what they're built for, what their specs are, and what the curve is on them. Once you kind of get used to them, you'll get where I'm coming from with that, with the curve at least. They, accentuate the bass, a little bit more. You know that whatever you're listening to on the bass side is a little bit higher. So what I like to do for that, since I know the sub here is just a bit loud, what I like to do, because I can just tell, bring it down a bit, and then bring in usually a kick. Tron LFO tool, or you can use a sidechain as well. This is just a bit easier for me at the moment. But so yeah, I can tell that's obviously loud. Then we'll bring in whatever is the loudest instrument on our track, which is obviously our lead. let's bring the sub down a bit. It's where we can't hear it at all, which is hard for a sub. Let's say we're at 18.5 for it right now, what I'm working on. Let's actually show off the piano here because it's not getting any love for this little demonstration here. So let's bring up the editor because it starts a bit later, and I just kind of want to show it off more than anything else because it's just a simple plugin or a simple Omnisphere patch, but with the sustain maxed as well, or a foot pedal, I guess you would say. Let's stop everything else, of course, and just show it off. And then let's add in the backing. Now, let's say this was your thing. You want something a little bit better. Let's go bright for this track specifically. Demonstration here. Just for the heck of it. Bring this up. Bring up our delay a bit. This delay down. Stuff like that makes trance for me. Has one on it, but I want a bit of a shine from Valhalla. Valhalla, whatever. Sorry. Something like that. Let's go rid of the pluck here, so we can mess with it a bit. I don't know. I love messing around with stuff like that. That's honestly how I would normally start my tracks, is you just pull up a nice piano loop. Something in the background obviously makes it a lot easier, but if you don't have that, like if you just had the piano bit done, let's shorten this down a bit just so it loops correctly. We'll turn it back to normal. All right, let's just mess with this a little bit. Let's double this for a second, just see. And this will be the last thing we do, just because I'm kind of curious if I could work with something like this. Let's make this bigger. Let's close this. I know I basically have a track, but this is honestly what happens whenever I do tracks. Like, I'll do something kind of like what I did up here, and I'm like, well, what else can I make? Let's not go there. Octave up. This is super loud over here because I didn't do anything with the pluck. Okay, I have an idea now. Now, where do I want this? Maybe something like that could work. And then be a bit of a distance from this to that one, instantly in the middle. Definitely. But yeah, there you have it, guys. That has been this little tutorial on basically how to EQ your lead synth. I kind of went a bit overboard. I mean, I went pretty basic with it. And then what you do, in all honesty, is as you build out your track, you would come back to this and tweak it just a tad bit and tweak it a tad bit more until you get something just right so that everything comes through just enough so that you can hear it or feel it, depending on the feeling you're going for. Other than that, there's not much else really to it. But that's, I mean, when it comes to, like, you know, tuning something like this or, you know, mastering it or, well, mastering's a bit of a different story. But, when it comes into doing stuff like this, you just want to be able to hear it. It's a bit more wild. It's a bit more tame and cut back, but that's what I was going for with it. And when you go over here to, it's a little bit more fat sounding right here. You're like just kind of, I don't know, like it sounds a bit more muddy. It's very subtle. That one is. So let's stop this. But let's pull this up here. See, this one goes a bit too extreme. But then when you it's super subtle. And that's what I like. I don't like to destroy the sound, but I like to tame it so it has a place within the mix. And like I will do a different one of this basically when I have like a full track ready in the future here. But I mean, this was just a demo thing that I set up that honestly I would work on, but I don't have like an idea of what I would actually do with this here, to be quite honest. But I guess the ARP is probably a bit of is the more extreme example. See, you just get rid of stuff you don't like. But yeah. Let's bring in the pad. Wait, wrong one. Just bring just the pad and piano. Subtle. But yeah, that is basically how to, you know, get started with tuning your lead synth. You can do, there's like various ways you can go about doing this. This is just the way that I like to do it. I like to do it section by section, instrument by instrument, time after time, and over the course of the entire track to keep it going. Or usually what I'll do is I'll wait till the track is built and put out essentially in a see, can I pull this over without it freaking out? And pull it over and putting it into arrangement view as opposed to clip launcher view. But that is just one of the few things that I like to do. Hopefully that came on the record. If it didn't, I pulled over my arranging view, but I assume it did. But yeah, yeah, that has been everything. I will see you guys all next time.